The Vedic code of Om Tat Sat, how it activates subtle realms, a sacred decoding of vibration, reality, and the path to energetic clarity. Opening transmission. There is a sound that does not begin in the mouth. It begins in the silence behind all things. It carries no agenda, no weight, no personality, and yet it builds the worlds you walk through. That sound is not merely a syllable. It is a code, a current, a vibration that ripples across dimensions unseen. Om Tat Sat. 3 utterances spoken in the oldest scriptures. 3 vibrational pulses said to align the seeker with the fabric of reality itself. But what do they actually mean? And why are these 3 sounds placed at the very end of the Bhagavad Gita as a closing mantra, a final key? In this sacred transmission, we enter the forgotten chamber of sound. We unravel how these 3 words activate subtle realms, shift perception, and clarify the soul's resonance in a noisy world. Not with belief, but with direct energetic recognition. 1. What is the Vedic code Om Tat Sat? Om Tat Sat appears in the concluding section of the Bhagavad Gita. But it is not a poetic flourish. It is a vibrational summary, a condensation of all spiritual wisdom into 3 primordial codes. Om is the primordial resonance. Tat means thatness, the impersonal truth beyond name and form. Sat means truth, being, that which is real and unchanging. Together, they form the trinity of sacred orientation. They are not just philosophical ideas. They are living frequencies. Each one has a subtle impact on the body, mind, and energy field. When recited consciously, they refine the layers of perception. They do not add something to you. They remove distortion. In this way, Om Tat Sat is not an affirmation. It is a purification. 2. Om, the pulse of all creation. Om is the great syllable of silence unfolding into form. It is not just the beginning. It is the seed, the breath, the pulse behind all appearance. In subtle terms, Om vibrates at the level of the Sahasrara, the crown center, but it also penetrates deeper, aligning the spinal column and inner currents of breath with higher rhythm. When chanted correctly, Om restores coherence. Mental chatter dissolves, subtle circuits open, and the body begins to resonate with the inner sky. But this is not metaphor. Neuroscience now observes that prolonged Om chanting can quiet the limbic system. It can reduce overactivity in the default mode network, creating the same inward stillness that mystics describe. But Om alone is not enough. It is the sound of totality. Yet it must be followed by discernment. 3. Tat, the disappearance of identity. Tat means that. It points to the invisible source beyond self-definition. In Vedic rites, offerings are given by saying, "This is offered to Tat," which means, not to me, not to a deity with form, but to the ultimate unnameable. Tat severs egoic ownership. It clears energetic congestion from the field of action. When spoken in meditation or daily living, Tat reminds you, I am not the doer. I am not the thinker. I am not even the witness. This releases binding energies from karmic entanglement. It is the vibrational signature of surrender. Energetically, Tat clarifies the navel and heart centers. It untangles the personal from the universal. Tat restores humility, not as a virtue, but as a frequency. 4. Sat, anchoring in the real. Sat means truth, but not conceptual truth, not ideology or opinion. It is the direct perception of what is real beneath distortion. To invoke Sat is to call in the vibration of clarity, to affirm that there is a substratum beneath illusion, that beyond the mind's narratives, something remains untouched. In yogic experience, Sat stabilizes the third eye and throat centers. It brings alignment to speech, speech that heals rather than binds, speech that carries stillness, not spin. In everyday living, Sat reorients decision-making. It becomes a compass when confusion fogs the path. To live by Sat is to breathe from the spine, to walk as though the real is already here. 5. Together they form a trifold activation. Om is the all, Tut is the renunciation, Sat is the anchor. When spoken together, Om Tat Sat, the body, mind, and subtle system receive a triadic purification. Om clears the mind, Tut clears the ego, Sat clears illusion. This is why these three are said to purify yajna, sacred offering, to purify dana, the act of giving, and to purify tapas, inner transformation through discipline. But beyond ritual, Om Tat Sat resets your energetic compass. Each utterance aligns a specific current, and when integrated together, they restore the field of awareness. They are not meant to be chanted rapidly. Each syllable is a temple. Each pause is a doorway. Subtle realm activation through vibration. Many speak of subtle realms, the astral, causal, divine planes, but few realize these are not distant places. They are states of resonance. To access a subtle realm, you do not need to go anywhere. You need to match its frequency. Om Tat Sat aligns you with the subtle field of clarity. It activates the deeper plane beneath distortion. Not through imagination, but through dissonance removal. Think of it like this. Your field is like a harp. Each thought, each identity, each judgment detunes the strings. Om Tat Sat does not add notes. It restores original tuning. And in that tuning, subtle realms become accessible. Not visually, but vibrationally. You feel the presence of insight, of stillness, of luminosity. And from that space, you live differently. 7. How to use the code in practice. This is not merely to be repeated. It is to be received. Sit in stillness. Let the breath deepen without effort, and whisper each syllable like a bell. Om, Tat, Sat. Pause between each. Let the silence after each word ring through the body. You may do this 9 times, or 27, or 108. But the number is less important than the receptivity. Use this at the close of meditation, or when your energetic field feels foggy, or after exposure to chaotic environments. Each utterance acts like a sacred reset, a gentle return to what is real. Mystical reflection. You are not here to become more. You are here to remember what has always been. Om is the breath of the sky within you. Tat is the shedding of your imagined skin. Sat is the light that has never flickered. You need no permission to return to the real, just the willingness to stop adding noise. Let this code dissolve the rest. Let these 3 syllables carry you home. If this sacred decoding of Om Tat Sat opened something within you, consider subscribing to receive more transmissions like this. And if you feel called to support this work more deeply, becoming a member helps us continue this sacred offering. Next episode preview. In the next transmission, we'll explore why you feel drained in certain cities, a mystical and energetic look at environmental prana, psychic density, and the hidden anatomy of space.